Two men go 60 minutes to find out who is the next WWF champion. Can we recreate it? Let's find out with WrestleMania 12, the recreated edition. Of course, a few facts before we begin. The event took place on March 31st, 1996, in the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, in Anaheim, California. The attendance was only 18,853 people. 20 wrestlers were at this event, but 4 of them were in a free-for-all match, so I won't be counting that because essentially that is kind of like a dark match. I know it's on TV and whatnot, and you probably find it if you were hunted down far enough. But to keep with the tradition, if it doesn't start with the WrestleMania start, then it doesn't count. Few rules. I'll only be reviewing matches that made TV. I will not be including managers or valets or non-wrestlers, as well as custom figures. And at the end of the show, of course, as always, we're going to find out how accurate it is, if we can complete it, and compare the numbers. Let's begin. Now, WrestleMania 12 was only like 6 matches, so it's not a very long video, but as you can see, we got Camp Cornette, Vader, and the British Bulldog, and Owen Hart versus Jake the Snake Roberts, Ahmed Johnson, and Yokozuna. And yes, we can, we can recreate it. It won't be accurate though. Jake the Snake actually never got a Jax Baka figure. That's bone crushing action. So I used the bone crushing line a little bit. Obviously, Bulldog's not. Those are tights. He's in trunks in the figure form. Vader's pretty close. I mean, you could get the Mattel Elite Vader and the British Bulldog, but again, we don't have Owen, and the only Owen I could find really in the Baka line that matched this, as you see, he's got pink knee pads. He doesn't have pink knee pads in the picture. Also, I think that's around more time when he had like little shorter hair. It wasn't like cut really short, but it was definitely shorter than the figure represents. So yeah, we can't really we can recreate it, but it's not accurate. Then on to the Hollywood Backlot Brawl. Now, of course, this thing went throughout the whole night. You can recreate it thanks to the Hollywood Legends Piper figure, although that's from his They Live movie and not the actual representation. That's the closest you can find, so it's not accurate at all. The jeans aren't there, the hair is not there. This is some short hair, almost like blonde and highlights in it a little bit. And then, of course, Goldust, you could get his Mattel Elite, which kind of matches. I just found his Baka figure because, I mean, that was kind of the debut figure of him. So, yeah, no, we can't, it's not accurate. Then on to the third match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Savio Vega. And we can recreate it in Baka form, but it's not accurate. We got Stone Cold here. As you can see, he's got white wrist tape on the figure, although it looks like here he's wearing black wrist tape. Of course, you can easily use any Stone Cold practically. Just put one knee pad, or no knee braces at all. This is before he would get his knee braces or even begin to get one. Savio, though, has only had 2 figures, and they're both Nation attire. There's a variant with a white shirt that's got the Nation colors, and there's the one you see right here in the picture. He was close to getting a Mattel Elite at one time. He was in a running somewhere. I personally wish we'd see one day because we need to update Savio Vega. He was in the New Gen era. He was a founding member of the Nation of Domination. So it'd be kind of cool to have him and Crush, along with the Farouk, to recreate the original Nation. But yeah, we can recreate it, but it's not accurate. But this one is our first accurate match, and we've got Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus the Ultimate Warrior. Now, because of Mattel, we've got the Hunter from a while back. And I can't see, it looks like he has white, I know those are red, but it's very close. It represents that time frame anyway. And then Warrior, you see right here, this is literally the new exclusive that came out that is represented from this WrestleMania, specifically this WrestleMania. And while the hair may not be accurate, it's still right there. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's probably some colors missing. If looking back a little, there's some string missing. But again, it's only elite. It's not an ultimate figure. It's got the tattoo. It's got the duster. It's a great figure, and still affordable and still findable. It's got without breaking too much into your wallet. The streak continues, and I know I'm going to catch a little flack for this, but essentially you can recreate this match, and it is pretty accurate. I mean, yeah, we're missing the gray knee pad, elbow pad on Diesel. Um, I think actually, this one's more accurate looking. It might be a different. I think it says Big Daddy on the front of the shirt, whereas it just says Diesel. Um, but it is very close to being accurate. As far as color scheme, you've got, I think you had some black stripes along the side of it or something like that, which this one does not. It's just a white tank. Um, but if you're matching them up for a pre-match type thing, you really couldn't tell too much unless it says like Big Daddy or something like that. Will we ever get the WrestleMania 12 Diesel? Probably so. I mean, we seem to be producing every single Nash that exists, except for NWO circa 2002 Nash, which everyone seems to want to match their Hall and X-Pac. But yeah, I'm gonna say that you can pretty much recreate it. Like I said, minor little details, not the end of the world. I know some lettering's missing sometimes on people. Like, hey, half the Austins had vests that had um, sayings or words that just aren't going to be on the figure. So we have to kind of be a little creative with it and just imagine that, I guess. As far as the Undertaker, you've got this one. It matches the attire. He's got the purple gloves, purple boots. I don't think he was having the tie. I think he still had the tie at the time. I think he took it off during this match or was pulled off of him. But I mean, this is really close, so I'm going to count this as accurate. And then, like I said, it's a very short match, or a very short card. It's only 6 matches, and that's because this match ate up an hour of time. Well, over an hour if you've ever seen it. Um, I remember watching this match at my grandmother's, my first actual real wrestling pay-per-view. I remember vaguely watching the other matches. I don't remember too much about them. I wasn't too excited about them. I understood Diesel and Undertaker a little bit, but it was Shawn Michaels that I was first drawn to at the Royal Rumble '96, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool." And then when he won it, I was like, "Hey, I became a Shawn fan." Didn't know much about Bret. I'd learn about Bret later on as I became more of a fan and started to read into the history and realize, wow, this guy was good. This guy was technically sound and whatnot. But yes, Hall of Champions. You can recreate the Iron Man match. Exactly. There's the belt. I'm not sure why there's a chair and a ladder. That was never used in the match. These guys had a pure wrestling match clinic. It was, by today's standards, would be very boring because they stayed in the ring a lot and they use a lot of slow moves. But again, they're going for an hour with no commercial breaks. So back in the day, people weren't known for going for that kind of cardio. So more props to them. But the point is, you can recreate this match. It is accurate. So essentially, we've got 3 accurate matches and 3 non-accurate matches. So that's going to give us an even pie of about 50%. But we can recreate it. And Jakks has all 16 figures, 100%. Whether it be either obviously it's between the different styles of Jakks, like bone crushing action. Although looking back, except for Savio Vega, I think it's the only one I can think of that you would need to complete. Otherwise, Jakks mostly has those people. If you're trying to look for the accurate forms, then you want the Mattel, because Mattel really knocked it out of the park with the three accurate matches were all Mattel, because they're more or less going back to the older days, the New Gen era, and picking up that detailed look of those attires that have long since been passed over. Jakks, produced people, and they did a good job of it, but Mattel is kind of going towards targeting more of the adult memorabilia collector who's like, hey, this ain't accurate. Fix this. Make this accurate. So you could recreate WrestleMania 12, 100%, with 100, Jakks 100% figures, with Mattel 13, Hasbro only 8. So now we're noticing Hasbro's fallen down the list as well. But it is only 50% accurate. I want to thank you for watching. Remember to ring the bell, subscribe. Check back soon for Recreated WrestleMania 13 edition. feel free to leave a comment. As always, images are used for accuracy and all rights reserved, that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to, upload a bunch of wrestling videos from WWE or other people and claim all that stuff. This is something I'm just doing. I'm using it just as an accuracy, trying to make it a little bit more streamlined, that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to be posting a video, like I said, once a week. I will upload the next one right away if I see 15 new subscribers. But so far, currently nobody, which, again, I'm not worried about it. I didn't set out to be famous. Just do this as a passion project. I've shown this to a few people. They think it's original and it's creative. Very niche, and I understand that. So hopefully I can get the wrestling community on board. You guys will enjoy the next one. And I'll see you next time at WrestleMania 13, the recreated edition.